Hey! It's the noon train on time?
Supposed to be.
Feels like it's time.
Yeah.
BBN Jack Frost, what's up, party people? How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. We're gonna kill it. Yo, check this out. I want to be clear about a couple of things. Let me move this over real quick. I want to be clear about a couple of things, right? So, wait, that one a little bit too far. I want to be clear about a couple of things, right? So, we're gonna have a show today. We're gonna be talking a little bit about the situation that's happening with Jay-Z. I had a whole lot of content that I was gonna show you, and then I accidentally closed the window. So, that happened. Anyway, I have some other content that I'm going to show you that I know you guys are going to want to be probably, hopefully, you know, even if you don't discuss it here, you might want to go and discuss it with your loved ones. With that being said, our show, obviously, as you can see the title, we're going to be talking about the situation going on with the guardian angels in New York City. So we're going to be talking about the New York subway system. I think it's very important that we have this conversation because once again, like I'm always trying to explain to you, as much as I think that we should always have an open mind, and I tell you that you should vote for the person who helps your household. I say that all the time, and I think that people misunderstand when I say the reason in which why I'm usually not campaigning against Democrats, but why I refuse to campaign for them. And the main reason for that is that because their policies do nothing to benefit me. Their policies do nothing to benefit the people that I know. As far as I can tell, their policies do nothing to benefit the people in the community that I live in, even the ones that I do not know. And I just want to show y'all something real quick. And I want to start the show off with this. I know once again we're going to be talking about the guardian angels. I got some content to show y'all about the subway system, and we're also going to be talking about some outrageous claims that Trump made. I got the clip of the claims, so we're going to be discussing that, and most likely we're going to hopefully try to get to Jay-Z, because there's a thing going on with Jay-Z right now. Apparently he's losing in court about some motions that he tried to have passed against Tony Busby. So we might be talking about Jay-Z a little bit later. It depends on if we can get to that. I'm going to get ready to show you a clip, but first I want to give a shout out to Tawan Sellers. Salute. Hope everything is going well with you and yours. Hope you had a very happy holidays. And Kenneth Fitzgerald, I haven't seen either of you in a while. Salute. He says, good morning. Haven't seen you in the algorithm in a while. You might have to turn off notifications, turn back on notifications. But the main way to make sure that you always see the video is by becoming a member of the page. So for $5 a month, you could become a member of the page. And that'll make sure that every time our video is uploaded or there's a live going on, and you will 100%, well, at least 90%, you'll get a notification. So that's two ways that you could hopefully improve the notifications. And what's $5 a month, right? It's nothing to a working man. Not trying to shame nobody. Obviously, this is what I do for a living. With that being said, I want to show y'all a clip before we get to the guardian angels thing, because I think that when we're having these conversations, the what and the why is just as important as the who, right? So a lot of times that we're having these conversations in mainstream media, they like to leave out a lot of context, and they like to just it's not really news, it's propaganda. That's basically what they've been spewing out there, and that's basically why Kamala Harris lost, and not lost, just lost, but lost so badly. A lot of people have woken up to the fact that there's just propaganda being spewed by not just the news, but by the politicians. So I'm gonna explain to you how this works. How this works is some news agency in the mainstream media, they'll put out a story. The story is not necessarily true. It'll just be a story. And then what will then happen is one of the politicians that sides against whoever the person that the story was about and spoke about negatively would then reiterate, or they'll be asked a question, and then they'll speak on said question. And when they speak on said question, they'll then say something in a negative connotation. And by doing this, you now allow for the mainstream media to now start making negative stories about that particular individual. So that's basically what they do in a nutshell. Now, with that being said, I want to show y'all a video of a Democrat just look at the video. That's the best way I could put it, right? Let's just look at the video. Let me make sure I'm putting the right one up.
Mr. Speaker, Walgreens is planning to close yet another pharmacy in the Massachusetts 7th, this time on Warren Street in Roxbury, a community that is 85% Black and Latino. This closure is a part of a larger trend of abandoning low-income communities like the previous closures in Mattapan and Hyde Park, both in the Massachusetts 7th. When a Walgreens leaves a neighborhood, they disrupt the entire community, and they take with them baby formula, diapers, asthma inhalers, life-saving medications, and of course, jobs. These closures are not arbitrary, and they are not innocent. They are life-threatening acts of racial and economic discrimination.
So real quick, I want to interject something that happened yesterday. Shout out to Coach Knight. Shout out to the pastors, everybody that was at church today. Everybody that was at church today. It was a beautiful service. So I get to church, got there early. Sunday school starts at 9:30. Shout out to Coach Knight. He runs Sunday school. He's the teacher, right? So one of the things that we was talking about today is on Sunday was basically that when they were it was in Corinthians. I think we was in Corinthians 10. So basically what had happened is that there were people that was going over into the altar and they were sacrificing meats to these factually fake gods. You understand what I'm saying? So what happened was Paul refused to eat at the area. He basically explained why anybody that was a follower of Christ, the follower of the Most High God, should not eat there either. And the point being is that you shouldn't eat from the certain tables, because the way in which the food there is basically tainted. You can't eat with demons and then proclaim to be a part of the body of Christ. Basically, we're the body of Christ, right? The people that believe in God through Christ, right, is the body of Christ. Christ is the head, correct? So with that being said, that we're not supposed to sit at the table and eat certain meats because those meats are tainted, because those meats are basically being sacrificed to these fake gods, correct? So when you tell me, just so we can be clear, that you are a politician and your policies are creating a situation where the people that vote for you or would vote for you, or the people who are considered your constituents, are in such a economic downfall that they now need to either have their kids or be with their kids, or them themselves or them kids themselves on their own, running in to retail stores and stealing everything's off the shelves. That's telling me that, you know what, you might be eating from the wrong table. Now, why am I saying all of that in this conversation about the guardian angels?
Mr. Speaker, Walgreens
the first thing I want to do is remind you of this. Our Democratic elected officials advocate to defund the police. Do not forget that point. Now check this out. I want to give a warning before I show this video. If you have any kids, they might not want to watch this. This is not an actual attack, but it is a maniac on the subway, and he pulls out a weapon on another individual, although he does not use it. Warning.
Get away from me. Get away from me. Get away from me. There. Go ahead. You think it's a game? Get back. Oh, now you don't care about it. Now you don't care about it. Get back. Stop, what? That's what I tried to tell him. He put a weapon out.
Get off. Get off. That's it. Cut it out.
Cut that shit out, bro. You want to kill another man?
So the Democrats want to defund the police. The Democrats also think that the penalty for crimes are too high. Now, I was attacked on the subway by a maniac. He had a box cutter in one hand, he had a cane in the other, and he was coming at me dual wielding. I was able to disarm him of the cane and use the cane to beat him with it and to also keep him off of me with the box cutter, but he did get an opportunity to hit me with the box cutter in my hand one time because I had to get the cane. Something had to happen. I ain't playing with these fools. So in that particular situation right there, I'm going to say something. Obviously, you can see that guy has some real bad health problems. So this dude's on the train. He has a ton of health problems, mental health, physical health problems. And these dudes are talking about defunding the police. You got maniacs running around, setting people on fire. You got, and I want to be clear about this. It hasn't been to this degree, but when did they stop telling y'all about subway crime in New York City? Remember there was a period of time that they were reporting every piece of subway crime that had happened, every time somebody was even almost pushed into the tracks. And then all of a sudden they just stopped reporting it. So y'all want to defund the police? Oh, I gotta add one more thing. I forgot to add one more thing before I show you the next clip. My fault, I almost forgot. So, if you remember, when did all of this stuff stop? Remember, they were reporting on it every other day. That's all you hear about is all of this different train shit. And then now, all of a sudden, the only train stuff they started reporting was when the kids was riding on the top of the trains and bad stuff was happening. Why do you think they changed that up? Why do you think they wanted the narrative to change from the trains being dangerous to people behaving badly on the train? Now, this is the context I wanted to add. Remember when they were saying defund the police? Remember what their idea was in the place of police? That civilians should police themselves. Do you remember that? My son, Tamika Mallory, every single person that's in their circle. That's what they said. They was running with G Mac at the time. Shout out to G Mac. Shout out to first of all, shout out to all of these people. All of these people. Everybody I just named. No hard feelings. There's nothing, whatever. I don't have no problem with any of y'all. I'm pretty sure y'all gonna have much success now and into the future. Shout out to that. There is no hate. I'm just talking about a thing. So shout out to G Mac. That was their security. I think they just dropped those guys or something. I mean, I don't know. But remember, that was their security. And their thing is that people should police themselves. Now, the G-Mac dudes, them guys is real deal. Solid individuals. I know Trife Gangster. I've met him a couple of times. We've had conversations. And we've had conversations that smart people have. He's a very intelligent man. I just want to be clear on this. He's not just a muscle. With that being said, they were saying what we should put in place is people policing themselves. They even had the politicians saying that. So now do you understand why they don't want to send people to prison or jail for their bad behavior? Because they are literally the people that are encouraging the bad behavior. And they're also encouraging there to be no way to prevent individuals from committing bad behavior because they even want to defund the police. All right, so we got Jay says, I used to live in Massachusetts. I was actually born in that state, Massachusetts. Will actually do better if the state had more Republicans in office than Democrats. I'm not sure the political makeup of Massachusetts, but I would assume, you know, a lot of the policies. So this is the way politics work for people that don't get it. Generally speaking, the people that are in whatever the party is, they follow whoever the leader of the party is. So if the leader of the party is Obama, and Obama's mandate is LGBTQ community, that means that anybody that is in the Democratic Party, that kind of also has to be their mandate. You understand? Because they're going to follow the party leader. They got to fall in line. You get it? So I don't know the political makeup of Massachusetts per se. Maybe it's a blue state, red state. It's probably a blue state, right? I mean, I don't know. But I will say this. The party leader is the most important, is so important. Vote for your local officials. This is a fact. Because the local officials affect local government. And by doing that, you could also help control who the party leaders are. Because the party leader, that's the person every other politician in that party is going to fall under. Just saying. So when your party leader is Joe Biden, allegedly, because he was the president, so just so we could be clear, the Democrats don't want police. They also don't want people that commit crimes to go to jail for the crimes that they're committing. Now, you know what happens when you allow people to just commit all the petty crimes that they want to commit? Escalation of crimes. They've been telling y'all about gateway drugs your whole life, but they don't tell you about gateway crimes? Crimes that people commit, and then after doing it over and over again, now they feel comfortable enough to commit bigger crimes? We got KID in here. Says, hell yeah, when I was growing up every day, the news has something to say about the subway. I remember when the people that were in the token booth were getting set on fire. Yep, they was burning them. Yep, that's a fact. And yep, that's a fact. And push it. Yep, that's a whole fact. You ain't say nothing wrong, fam. Jay says, look in the cities and states with Democratic governors and mayors and compare to Republican. No, I'm not disagreeing with you, by the way. I know the things that I say sometimes sound like it's disagreeing, but more than anything else, this is how I question my own logic. So I'm literally just giving you the same treatment that I give myself whenever I'm making decisions, even when it's just centralized, that I'm going to be the only one affected and no one else. So, yeah, no, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that I don't know the political makeup of the state. You probably know more about it than me. That's all I was saying. I wasn't arguing with you. I know I sound argumentative. With that being said, let me show you the next clip.
Well, in day and night patrols, 3-person patrols, we're all together. We're walking through the cars, which is something the police no longer do. Notice there are no mental health workers. There are no crisis intervention. They have all these fancy names. I never see them. And we spend millions of dollars on my day. Our job is, A, do a wellness check on a homeless person. If they're homeless or emotionally disturbed, see if they're okay. If all of a sudden we walk into a situation where there's an episode, which oftentimes happens, we have to calm it down. A lot of times, these homeless and emotionally disturbed persons, they know of the guardian angels. We can have a calming effect. We can also bring the situation to the attention of cops on the platform. If there are cops, you're going to probably see them on the platforms. Generally, that's why we always stick our heads out at the station, and we always check to the north, To the south, if there were any police officers, we would hold the door open, tell the conductor, we need the police presence here. Citizens won't do that because, unfortunately, the Daniel Penny effect has frozen them. They're not going to get involved. I've seen grown men who normally might have gotten involved. They're just not getting involved any longer. We train. This is what we do. We know how to do it. And we'll coordinate it once we get on the train with the conductor, who obviously has more freedom than the motorman, but we'll obviously make sure that that train is stopped and that the police respond and that we keep order in the car so that nobody gets hurt, including the emotionally disturbed person or the homeless person.
I do you one better. I think that they should be funded. I think that either the city or the federal government should start funding them. Yeah, absolutely. I think they should fund the guardian angels. I think if you got some maniacs that's ready to go and confront other maniacs in your favor, and they're already doing it, but if they had funding, they could do it at a greater scale. Why not hire the maniacs? And I want to be clear on this. I consider these dudes maniacs. You have no protection of law. You have no protection of anything right now, currently, other than what a regular natural citizen has, right? And you're going out there and you're confronting maniacs on purpose. Fund these maniacs. They're already on our side. They should have a budget. And a nice budget. First of all, to be 100% honest with you, I have no idea how our subways don't have a security force. Like, this is what I mean. In order for them to hire enough police to cover the subway system entirely, it would be astronomically more expensive than if they just got a security agency like the guardian angels. Why do you say that? Well, for one, the guardian angels is going to be responsible for their own insurance. Meaning, if someone is getting sued, it won't be the city. That right there. Stop telling me I got great ideas, because they're not from me. They're from the Most High. He talking to you guys. I'm just the conductor. Pun intended. So I want to be clear about this. I don't want there to be no misunderstanding. The Democrats don't want violent criminals going to jail, nor, because you say, well, how can you say that first? Well, why are all of these people that we're finding out that are committing some of these heinous crimes that's being committed right now let out with slaps on the wrist after they had already committed previous heinous crimes? We're not talking about people who did some bullshit. We're talking about people that did some bullshit. Why are they given carte blanche to continue to be maniacs if they're not maniacs for us? You need your maniacs. I'm telling you, you need them. You need your maniacs. Maniacs is important. So, our subway system is obviously terrible and it's dangerous. Let's not be coy. I had a clip. I had a video. Pardon me. I accidentally killed it. Let me see if I could. I can't even pull it up because it was in matter of fact, I know where it was at. Hold on. Let's look at something real quick. Oh, boom. I still got it. All right, check this out. Has some other stuff too. Subway slashing suspect arrested after slashing victim in neck on platform. When did this happen? I don't know, but it was published just today. This morning's. A 48-year-old man was slashed in the neck early Monday in the latest violence on the Big Apple subway. The strap hanger was slashed when an argument broke out on the northbound C train platform at 50th Street, 8th Avenue around 1:21 a.m., the NYPD said. He was taken to Bellevue Hospital in stable condition, police said. Photos showed police arresting a suspect who had blood splashed over his sneakers near 59th Street, Columbus Circle. Charges are pending, police said. A suspect was arrested after a stabbing in the subway platform. This is the suspect right here. Let's see what other photos they got. They gonna put the thing up? Yeah, boom. I don't know what this is. If I close this, do it get bigger? No, they just stopped showing me shit. All right. Look, maniac. They were like, you know what? They was like, you know what? This chair just isn't gonna work. We're gonna have to lay you down. We got to lay you down. The chair just ain't gonna work. Too much maniac in you. And look how young. This look like a kid. Look like a kid. Look like a kid, fam. Y'all out here. We live in a different world in a different generation right now. And these kids that's coming up, they don't understand nothing. They're dangerous for themselves. They're dangerous for others. You can't reach them all, but the ones that you could reach, please don't give up on them. With that being said, charges are pending, police said. The arrest comes one day after the guardian angels announced that they will return to patrolling New York City subway streets. Let's open that link. In the wake of the horrific murder of a woman who was set on fire while sleeping at Coney Island train station. Also, I just want y'all to understand, Coney Island, that's the Stillwell stop. That's the last stop on the train. So 9 times out of 10, she was just sleeping on the train because that's where she has to sleep. So she can have been saved if we would do something about the homeless problem. One of the issues that I'm constantly talking about. I used to work in DHS. I used to that's the Department of Homeless Services. I used to work at security agency, FJC security agency, right? So shout out to FGC. Actually, I love working there. I ain't gonna even cap. I love working there. I only had like a couple of bad moments that I was like, damn, this is a terrible place to be. But generally speaking, I love having a job there. I love specifically when I worked in Bellevue and when I worked in Franklin shelters. Those were the 2 best shelters for me to work in. Franklin because it was right down the block from my crib, and Bellevue because it was just, I ain't gonna lie, I used to play pool all day, and you know the staff loved me. Excuse me. The staff loved me. So the staff loved me. It was fun to go to work every day. It was a commute, you know, because that's all the way downtown, 30th Street, 31st, some shit, First Ave. So it was a commute, you know what I'm saying? And but the staff loved me, you know, and I just walked around and did people like favors all day. I'm fucking, part of my language, I'm so serious. If I wasn't playing pool, I did my job some of the time, but if I wasn't playing pool, I was just walking around helping people in the building. Like, that serious. Whether you lived there and you worked, like you lived in the shelter, or whether you worked in the shelter, I just walked around helping people all day. Nobody stopped me either. I'd be off post. Let me get this light up. I'd be off post. Yeah, man, nobody stopped me. Just walk around helping people all day. I love that job. So I just want to give one tiny piece of advice, and then we're going to get back to what we're talking about. Make yourself valuable. Wherever you're at, make yourself valuable. Outwork people if you must, because you should outwork everyone if you can. But make yourself valuable. Make yourself indispensable. Make it so that when you don't show up to work, something happens and they miss you like that. Because I will promise you, almost every day I went back to work at Bellevue, almost every day, people were like, oh man, we missed you. Where was you at? You wasn't here. Because I'm on the radio all day cracking jokes, and I'm doing a ton of things. They could have fired me. They could have fired me a million times, I promise you. I promise you. I was just at work being myself. Like how you see how I can, like, I'm here. I was just at work like that. Ain't gonna day. I don't care. What you gonna do? You gonna fire me? Nah, you ain't gonna fire me. You love me. Anyway, I quit. I had to quit that job. And when I was quitting that job, the guy was like, don't quit. I'll send you wherever you want to go work. I was just mad. I shouldn't have quit, though. Be honest with you. Don't quit your job. All right, let's get back to the show. So, Guardian Angels. Resume NYC subway patrols for the first time since 2020 after shocking arson murder. The Guardian Angels are resuming their patrols in the Big Apple subways as if they were crime-riddled Gotham of 1979. I'm guessing that's when they started. For everybody that don't understand how dangerous the 80s was, I grew up in the 80s, fam. I know a lot of y'all out here think these streets is dangerous now. No, they're just people were just more stupid. You understand what I'm saying? The streets was dangerous back then. Niggas was able to commit crimes and literally get away with them. Niggas was killing niggas. Everybody know who did it. And niggas ain't telling because there's a no snitching policy. Niggas is not telling because if you do, you literally next. Like the 80s was different. You understand? Like it wasn't, we're not snitching. It was, you're literally next. The 80s were different. In the 80s, you could walk 2 blocks in that direction and you in a completely different hood. And them niggas is probably gonna try to start something with you. 2 blocks. If I'm lying about anything, put it in the chat. If I'm saying anything not true, please put it. The 80s was different. So nowadays, people were just, there's just more guns. That's like basically it. You understand what I'm saying? Like back in the 80s, niggas fought a lot more, even if it was with a knife. Like you fought niggas with a knife, fam. You didn't. Sometimes niggas ran, but a lot of the times, if you only had a knife, niggas fought. You pull out your knife. Everybody was carrying one. I'm from the Bronx. Everybody had a knife. You understand? So, even if the nigga not pulling his knife, he got one. Shout out to the 80s. 80s was different, man. I'm just telling you what it is, man. Like, niggas is not... I just want to say one more thing. I remember my pops had to sit me down. We was in the 90s, right? And my pops had to sit me down. Because I'm so much from the old school. And the nigga had to sit me down one day. He heard about something that happened. Something had happened. I'm guessing he heard about it. I don't know. So something had happened, right? I'm the coolest nigga in the world, but wherever you outside, anything is liable to happen, right? So something had happened. Fortunately enough, I came out on the right end of the situation. In any regard, he decides to have a conversation with me shortly after something had happened, right? I don't know if he knows that something had happened, if somebody came to him and told him something, I have no idea, but he decided to have a conversation with me, sat me down in the living room. We had a big glass table, right? So we had a large living room, and it was kind of like sectioned off, and one side was like the dining room. On the other side of the couches, we had like long couches. We had this one couch that was like white. Nobody was ever allowed to sit on it unless company came over, and we kept a sheet over that bitch. Real talk. So he sits me down and he's like, you can't be outside fighting people. He said, you know, it's not like it used to be. Like before, you know, you fight somebody and they might come back. It is what it is. You might, you know, have a night. But he said, nowadays, niggas, they really trying to kill you. He ain't say niggas, but he was like, they really trying to kill people. He said, they gonna shoot you. He said, you're gonna go up against somebody and they not gonna know how to fight. You're gonna hurt them. They gonna come back and they gonna shoot you. And I think that was the one time that I really, this is the main reason why I remember it, that my father had a conversation with me and I really felt like, you know, my safety was a concern. Remember, this is the man that sees how I work out every day. We live in the same house. He see me working out every day. He see what I'm doing as my workout every day. I work out on my terrace some, but I work out in my, literally, I would just have my TV on, watching shit and working out all day. If I'm not doing stretches or like I'm got my weights in my room, had a bench in my room, I'm working out all day. I stand my mattress up so I can have a bag. I'm working out all day. He said, yo, look, they killing people out there. They gonna kill you. They gonna shoot you. So shout out to him for having that conversation with me. That literally changed my perspective on a lot of shit and probably kept me alive. Probably one of the reasons why I'm here with you right now. Anyway, let's get back to what we're talking about. So I have a Donald clip, a Trump clip that I want to show y'all. But we haven't actually spoke that conversation up yet. We're already a half an hour into the show, but as always, you know, I trail off and I talk about other stuff. So I want to show y'all the clip, but I'm going to need to set that up. So I'm going to finish with this conversation about the Guardian Angels, and then we're going to set up the Trump clip, and so we could get to anything that we have to say about Jay-Z and Diddy's situation, just so y'all can know what's going on next. All right, so we're going to get ready to set up the Trump clip. And then while we're finishing off with this conversation about the Guardian Angels. So with that being said, let me make sure I showed you all the Guardian Angel clips first. All right, boom. All right, so with that being said, I want to be clear about something. I don't want there to be no misunderstanding. I don't want people to be confused on this particular matter. What I'm saying is that the policies of the Democrats create the problems in which we currently have in our society, where people are needing to do these things, which are leading to their demise. It's their policies that have done these things. It's literally the Democratic policies. I'll show you something right now.
Mr. Speaker, Walgreens is planning to close yet another pharmacy in the Massachusetts.
Oh, shit. I pressed the wrong button. Sorry.
Mr. Speaker, Walgreens is planning.
These same people that are now in such an outrage that the Dwayne Reeds, that the CVS's, that whoever the hells are moving their establishments out of these neighborhoods, are now seeing that these neighborhoods are suffering. Because guess what Dwayne Reed will hold? You got that, your pharmacy. Guess what CVS will hold? You got that, your pharmacy. You want to know what else these stores have? Low prices on things that the supermarket charges and at a more expensive rate. You know what else? These places have a lot of the, how do you say? I don't do flu shots and shit like that. But if you wanted to take one, where would you go? Do you get it? So they're moving out of our neighborhoods. The Democrats are saying these people are moving out because they got a problem with black people and that they're racist. No, these people are moving out because you create policies that don't protect their goods. So they can't stop the person from stealing the shit, or the person's going to be able to sue. And then even if the police get there, if the person didn't steal a certain amount of goods, nothing is going to happen. So where is the deterrent? Where is the applicable, established position that will be a deterrent to criminals? They don't have to have fear of arrest, and they don't have to be, and God forbid, the establishment they're stealing from tries to prevent them from stealing. Now, $400 of goods could turn into a $1 million lawsuit. Democrats created this. While at the same time, they try to tell you that these companies are greedy. Shout out to Show Nuff. He says, it's not a race issue, it's a class issue. 100% agree. They are taking our neighborhoods and they're running our neighborhoods into the ground because all the other places that they used to steal from is now inaccessible. And that's why the whole Ukraine situation is such a windfall. Do you get it? So they wanted to defund the police. Did they ever tell you where they wanted to send that money? Also, the people that was pushing defund the police was Black Lives Matter, wasn't it? Why are they always getting caught up in some kind of fiasco with spending the monies in which they were donated to them in the wrong ways? They buying mansions and shit. You got the small Black Lives Matter chapter saying that they're not receiving any funds from the larger from the grander chapter. They're saying that the head of Black Lives Matter isn't feeding the body. See why you shouldn't have any God before the Most High? The Most High is a jealous God. Y'all was out here worshiping Black Lives Matter. Now I knew Kamala Harris was going to lose because y'all was worshiping her. Knew she was going to lose. God said, I got you now. I got you now. See, y'all worship Black Lives Matter. Don't tell me that you don't, because you do. What have they done for you? Y'all donated how much money? For them to do what? Go fly to a city and get arrested? Let's donate $3 million so they could go fly to Louisiana and get arrested. That donate a couple of $100,000 so they can go and do a march? That only speaks about all of the poverties that, pardon me, that only speaks about all of the policies that put our people in poverty to begin with? So this is what we doing? Do Black Lives Matter? Absolutely. But I agree. So do the lives of others. When you say, well, until Black Lives Matter, no life matter. Well, explain to me how Black lives don't matter. The Democratic Party caters to, at least verbally, caters to black people. They don't actually do anything for us, but verbally they cater to us all the time. They tell us all the lies. I would argue with you that is black people not mattering more than a police department in some town or some city being corrupt. Yeah, get rid of them niggas. But them other people are supposed to be for black people and they aren't. I think that's a bigger problem. Why aren't we getting all of these hens out of the why are we getting all of these damn foxes out of the hen house? Shouldn't that be what we should be doing? Y'all worrying about the foxes or the alleged foxes that you can't even see on the other side of the gate while the foxes in the hen house is going buck wild. You go up to the fox in the hen house, he says, hold on, why don't you take care of those foxes first? Those foxes all the way off in the trees. They don't even know about the fucking, part of my language, hen house. So these same people who create these policies that, one, cripple businesses financially and cripple their ability to secure their goods, who also make policy that cripple our economy and hurt the middle class and the lower class. These people are making $100 million, worth $100 million. What in the hell makes you think that they're going to create policy that's going to hurt millionaires? Explain that shit to me. These people are worth $56 million, and they're telling you that they're going to create policy that's going to hurt millionaires. Explain this to me. I really need to know. Because sometimes when people are just trying to tell you something, you know, they trying to piss on you and say that it's rain. You know, sometimes I want to look up. I want to make sure, because I know you're pissing. That's not even a fact. Pardon me. That's not something we debated. You're pissing. But I want to just make sure that when I look up that I see, you know, for lack of a better explanation, the junk. So when I explain to you, and I'm using nothing but facts, I'm not inferring anything, I'm not using any of my own personal opinion, I'm just explaining to you facts. Jay says, New England also always votes Democrats. The citizens know nothing about their local leaders. I feel sorry for everybody that will just only vote for one party without finding out what that party stands for. Independent of whatever the party is that they're voting for. When you vote, you tell God where your heart is. So please find out who these people are you're voting for before you vote for them. Ignorance can explain some things, but it can't explain everything. Some things we don't have a right to be ignorant about, is the point. And when you're making a specific decision on a thing where you're saying one thing is better than the other, you're not allowed to be ignorant. Because you're making a concerted effort to choose one over the other. When you make a vote, you tell God where your heart is. Imagine voting for the person that wants to remove God from America. If you are in any way religious, I don't even understand how you could have voted for Kamala Harris. If you're not religious at all, like, I'm not saying you don't believe in God. I'm saying you might believe in God, but you're not a person that cares about doing anything religious. Then, you know, whatever. But if you at all practice any religion, you go to any church at all, a couple of times a month, a couple of times a year, you got religious iconography in your home, and you voted for Kamala Harris, that I can't understand. But if you're just a regular person doing regular stuff and, you know, religion, having any kind of theological preference isn't important to you, or even the acknowledgement of the Most High and, you know, Scripture is not something that's on the forefront of your mind, then it is what it is. But if you are a person that follows any type of Scripture and you voted for Kamala Harris, I don't get it. I would love to speak to one of them. For real, for real. I would love to know how you can do that. And I don't want to hear Trump is a racist. Because as far as I can tell, that's not even the concept the Bible really discusses in a matter of being disgusted with it. What up, Few? Just so we could be clear. The Bible literally talks about how we are supposed to separate ourselves from some people. Because when we don't separate ourselves from those people that are doing wicked things, the people that don't know no better and might be following us might think that it's okay and those wicked things are okay. And might think that those wicked things are things that we agree with and that we promote. So we're not allowed to be around people that are out there doing wicked things if you are finding yourself inside the body of Christ. So if you're inside of the body of Christ, in my belief, there is absolutely no way that you should have voted for Kamala Harris. But if you're not, it is what it is. Do what you do, fam. I mean, God first. If you're putting racism before God, then racism is your God. Get it? Anything you put before God is your God. So if you're going to say, yeah, but racism is your God, not God. You're going to say, no, but that's not true. No, but I'm explaining to you how this works. You trying to reorganize the definition of words don't make you right. It doesn't make you correct. That's basically what they're trying to do with the whole, I'm a whole woman's is insides of this bodies. Though you got to ignore this beards is I got, and also the junk. In any regard, I don't believe in that stuff. If that's the stuff that you believe in, go for it. But I don't think that you can say that you're inside of the body in Christ and you agree with children being sexualized, the LGBTQ community being inside of our schools, the promotion of the materials that's being put into the schools that the Republicans tried to stop. And the Republicans was trying to stop all these sex books going into the schools. The Democrats lied to y'all and said that they're trying to remove critical race theory. They really wasn't trying to do that. What happened was the Democrats I'll tell you what happened. Hold on. So in Florida, they were trying to, I'll play the Trump clip. Give me 2 seconds. In Florida, they were trying to put in those books that teach kids how to have sex with each other and stuff like that. They were trying to put those books in Florida. So what happened was Ron DeSantis said, nah, man, this is not going to happen. This is just not going to happen. So he started fighting against it and the Republicans in that state. So what the Democrats tried to do in order to push it through and make it so that it can't be stopped is try to say that it's a civil rights thing. And they tried to attach the LGBTQ sex books going into the schools to the civil rights books that go into the schools. So they made it so that the only way that the Republicans can prevent those sex books from going into the schools was to fight to remove the critical race theory, the slave education aspects also from the curriculum. The Democrats did that. And then the Democrats turned around and said that they're trying to remove black people from the history books. The Democrats did that. They tried to do some weirdo shit. It didn't work. And because I have a belief that I think that slavery happened different than they're teaching us it in the schools anyway, I'm fine with it. They don't teach us about none of the black slave places, the black slave owners. They don't teach us about none of them dudes. And those dudes was worse than the white slave owners, apparently. Those dudes was the guys that owned the slave farms where they was breeding, the breeding farms. Those was owned by the black guys, and who were way worse apparently than the white guys. So they don't even teach us that. So no, I would like, if we're gonna learn about how white people also own slaves, I would like to know how black people own slaves. But then if you explain how black people own slaves, then you also have to explain how black people were here before white people got here. That's a whole nother situation. That's neither here nor there, and that's not the conversation we're having. With that being said,
Mr. Speaker, Walgreens is...
Do y'all remember when Trump said that hold on, I got a clip I got to show y'all first. It goes into what we're talking about. I'll show the Trump clip in 2 seconds. So this is what Democrats do. It's called reactive abuse. That's what I just explained, by the way. It's called reactive abuse. It's when a person does a thing and then you are at the end of your rope and you finally, after they've been doing a lot of bullshit, you finally respond. And now all of a sudden they're up in arms and you're the bad guy. Somebody right here is probably going to explain it a little bit better than me.
Have you ever snapped at someone after being pushed to your breaking point only for them to turn it around on you? That's called reactive abuse. Reactive abuse happens when somebody who's been repeatedly manipulated, provoked, mistreated finally reacts, often in a way that seems out of character, but then the abuser uses your reaction to make you look like you're the problem. They may say things like, "See, you're the crazy one," or "You're the abusive one here," and it's a tactic for them to shift blame and avoid accountability for their behavior. But let's be clear, your reaction doesn't make you the abuser. It's a very human response to being emotionally overwhelmed or pushed past your limits. It's also one of the most misunderstood dynamics in toxic relationships, and it leaves a lot of victims feeling guilty or ashamed for how they responded. But remember that reacting to abuse doesn't make you abusive. It's a sign of how deeply their behavior has affected you. What matters is recognizing that pattern from the abuser, breaking free, and prioritizing your healing, because you deserve a life where you don't have to defend your actions or your reality.
So that's literally what Democrats do. And just so we can be clear, that's what I've been explaining to y'all happened to me. When I go outside, that's what I be trying to explain to y'all people doing to me. I'm busy minding my business, and then they just picking at me every single time I walk out my door. You understand? And then if I respond back in any manner whatsoever, they tell everybody I'm crazy. Get it? So that's literally what's been happening to me. And that's another reason why I really dislike the Democrats, because I see what they're doing and I'm going through it. Really dislike the Democrats. That's why we bash them every day, because of those people. I'm just going to keep it a stack with you. I'm just gonna keep it a whole buck with you. That's why we go after the Democrats every day. It's not no other reason. There's a ton of other reasons, but that's the main reason. Like when it gets in my head, like, oh man, I'm gonna kill these niggas today. Those are usually the thoughts associated with it. Me thinking about how I can't go outside without being harassed, and somebody trying to pretend like I'm doing something to them so they can then act like I'm crazy. Literally why I don't talk to people in my community. That's why I don't talk to y'all. Anybody that's like from our community that see me and they wonder why I walk past y'all and don't talk, that's why. That's why. Literally, that's why. There's literally a realistic fear that if I say hi to you, you're going to then try to be a victim and pretend like I'm doing something I'm not doing. With that being said, let's get back to the show. I want to show you this Trump clip. That's what the Democrats is doing. Don't trust them. Show you this Trump clip. Do you remember when Trump said that he was going to release information? So, I got to set this up a little. So, you want to know why they really, 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 really didn't want Trump to win? Like, yeah, they had agendas. They're trying to do whatever, right? But the real reason why they didn't want Trump to win is because they wanted a couple of more years for people to forget what they did. Because let's say the information gets released about how terribly they ran the government 8 years from now. It's going to hit us different. Hell, the people that was involved might not even... Biden's not going to be alive 8 years from now. They're going to be able to put everything on him. Right? Tell me where the lie's at. They're going to be able to say, we were tricked. Tell me where the lie's at. Think 8 years from now Biden is going to be alive? They're going to put everything on him. Jill's probably not going to be alive either. They're going to put everything on her. Tell me where the lie's at. So that's why they needed to win. You get it? The reason why they lost was because Biden himself screwed everything up. Because what he did was he went and he endorsed Kamala Harris. And he's the leader of the party, allegedly. So now that means that Kamala Harris is the nominee. What allegedly the Democratic Party really wanted to do was have a primary, a runoff. Allegedly. And that would explain why her campaign was so terrible. Just saying. I don't know if it's true or not, but that would explain why her campaign was terrible. In any regard, what Trump had said is that he's saying the thing right now. So the reason why it was so important for Trump to win for his side is because now he's coming into office at a period of time where he can actually get to the end, get to the bottom of everything. Trump might not be able to run again in 4 more years. We don't know what his physical health or his want or his desire is going to be 4 years from now. He might not be able to run in 4 more years. Nevertheless, we don't even know if he'll be alive, but he might not be able to run. So this election was very important because Trump is not government. He's not a politician. So he's ready to release everything that these fools have been doing wrong. Or I think he got Cash Patel. So now I'm going to play a clip. And then I'm going to say a thing.
And they cheated. And they cheated at every different level in many different ways. And we have it all documented. We have so much documented, it's not even if you didn't want to get into the fact like 2,000 Mules where they, you have them on camera stuffing the ballot boxes. Okay, how much? And they're all federal cameras, this is all federal. And many of the cameras were missing. But they have hundreds of thousands of votes even at that. But don't even get into that. Don't get in when you see workers stuffing boxes with cameras, federal cameras. Go into the 51 intelligence agents where they said the laptop from hell, which exposed tremendous crime, was Russian disinformation. They all knew it was, and it was cheating. That was cheating.
First, put everybody in jail. Every last one of them. I want every last one of them that was involved with stealing the election, if it can be proven, to get whatever the most harsh offenses. Whatever the most harsh thing that they can receive, even if it's capital. I want them to get that. I'm going to explain why. You know how many people are not alive right now because of the policies of this Democratic Party? I'm not just talking about in America. I'm talking about on a global scale. You know how many wars would not have happened if Trump was in office? You know how many wars only happened because the Democratic Party is pushing war? So I don't care if they understood how terrible what they were doing was. They need to get whatever the harshest penalty is if they're found guilty. Because we need to make it so that no one else would even ever think of this ever again. We need to put the appropriate onus on these deeds. Tens of thousands of people have lost their lives directly because of policies that this administration has administered. You could disagree with me all you want. But right now, I'm just talking about the wars that have happened throughout the world. I'm not even talking about the policies that was created that now have all of these homeless people in California. I'm not talking about the policies that were created that move kids out of their schools because now we have to put illegals into these schools to house them. I'm not even talking about the policies that were created that moved homeless people out of their shelters so you could move illegals into shelters. What the hell you think happened to those Oh, they on the trains now fighting people and everything else. So I want these people held to the highest, whatever the top charge is. And then after if they are convicted, after whatever the trial is, after that's over and whatever sentence that was going to be given is given, then there needs to be changed so that if it isn't the death penalty, it now becomes the death penalty. Because this should be something that you get the death penalty for. This is treason. Is fixing election treason? Is it currently treason? Let's check. It's not treason. I hate looking at Wikipedia. I don't believe it's treason. It should be, though. Rigging an election should be treason. Unless you're not an American citizen, and in that way, it should be just regular. You should get the death penalty. 'Cause yeah, but for real, don't really lie. You're not even an American citizen and you rigging the election. Death penalties. You should immediately get the death penalty. What the hell? Like, that should be the number one thing on everybody's agenda. We gotta kill this mofo ASAP. Hold on. Should we have lunch first? But no, you gotta get rid of those guys. They gotta go. If anybody is found guilty of election interference, especially if there's a certainty. I want to be clear about this. If there's a certainty, not if there's like any, like, obviously there should be degrees to this, right? So if there's a certainty, like they saw you stuffing ballots in the box, and that is not something you're supposed to be doing, then yeah, you should. And it should be firing squad. And I think that it should be pay-per-view. Because if you make it free, then you won't really understand the impact. If you make it pay-per-view, then you'll understand the impact. You'll be able to say, yo, this many people paid $50 to see the public execution? And then the government take that money, and then for every state, whatever state was pay-per-viewing, that state then get that money put back into their economy. So if they got, I don't know, 10 million sales in New York City, like I'm saying state, but I mean city, like, county, city. County, basically. You understand what I'm saying? So that'll be more centralized. So then it does go back to the state. But let's say county. So whatever county that you live in, that you are viewing this in, now that county then get, a certain percentage, sans operating fees, going back into that county in order for the people. That's what I think they should do. Because I don't think the government should keep the money. I think it should go back to the people. And it should go back to the people that was viewing. And I tell you, after a little bit of that, it'll be over. A lot of these people will stop. People will commit crimes, but they won't be treason. It won't be treason. They gonna commit all of the crimes. Niggas gonna be out there and shit. Like, yo, what kind of crimes? You got any crimes for me? I need some crimes. Nigga be like, yo, I got this treason. Like, nah, man, I can't do with that treason, man. That treason be having me tripping, man. Can't do with that treason. Yeah. Say what you want. But God says that certain people should be purged from our community. Go look up what that means. And the reason why people should be purged from the community is so individuals know that the deeds that they did are unacceptable. and also so they don't teach those deeds to others. I don't even think it says anything about them just, doing the crime again and there being more victims. I don't even think it says anything about there being more victims. I think it has more to do with influencing others to follow bad deeds. Now that's something to be mindful of. And I think that's why I think I read the Bible a lot different than other people, because I don't only pay attention to what it says, I also pay attention to what it's omitting. So you're trying to tell me that God is, he's pissed off at the bad deed. Don't get that confused. But he's even more pissed off if people follow your ass when you're doing some bad shit. Like, that's the thing that really is why he's pissed. Like, he's mad at you doing the bad thing. But hell, the thing you did might have been a test for the individual that you did it to. You might have, whatever, right? But the more important thing is that there's people watching you that are now encouraged to commit that same behavior to other people. So that's really what he's pissed off about? Why is it that every time I'm coming in here and I'm telling y'all about something that's in the Bible, it's also something that I've been saying for years? It's like God is always in my commentary. Even when it sounds like it's not very nice, God's always in it, for the most part. That's interesting. Guess you know why some people hate me. It is what it is, man. With that being said, we're talking about, we're going to get to this Diddy. It's only 10. How long we been live? We've been live a little over an hour. I want to talk a little Jay-Z Diddy. I want to get off of this politics, and I want to talk some Jay-Z Diddy. Put it in the chat. Let me know if y'all want to talk a little bit of Jay-Z Diddy. If so, we will converse with a little bit of Jay-Z Diddy business. If not, then I'll continue to talk about what we're talking about. Oh, I do got a clip I want to show y'all while y'all coming to this conclusion on whether y'all want to talk about Jay-Z or Diddy or not. You put it in the chat. Be like, yay, Diddy, Jay-Z. Check this out. So I got a clip that a chick is saying this. This is a woman saying this. I'm not saying that I share these sentiments, but what I'm not even going to lie. Just listen to what she got to say.
Men, I don't want to have to put this out there, but if you are in the urban community, don't date in the urban community. Date outside of the urban community, because you are worth more. Those women in the urban community will tear you down. You have some that won't, but majority of them will tear you down. All you do is will be creating baby mothers and not a wife, because they are not built to be more than a baby mama. Okay? They don't like a man being groomed, clean, who takes care of himself, even cook. They want to stay in the house, keep the house dirty, don't cook, don't clean, don't want to listen.
I just want to say she looked Puerto Rican, by the way. Shout out to her.
And bad attitude. Okay? So, like I said, if you are a man that's living in the urban community, whether you black, white, Latino, I don't care. Date outside of that. Okay? You don't have to stay connected with where you come from. Okay? I'm telling you, they don't want to be more than baby mamas and leeches.
I guess the best way to tell you how I feel about that particular video, put it down. Let me know how you feel about the video. The best way I could explain how I feel about that video is, I remember being 4 or 5 years old, and, my aunts are around, and they're talking, and, there might be other women around, and they're talking about how much they love their man. It's just women. I'm the little kid, and so, in the kitchen eating something, or just, I'm the little kid, so somebody got to keep an eye on me. And, I'm 3 years old, and yes, I have these memories still. And the women, they would be standing around talking about, like, competing with how, like, the dope shit they man did. Like, yeah, well, my man did this, and it'd be some dope shit. And then the other one to talk about her man, and he did some dope shit. And they would literally be sitting around talking positive about the men in their life. That's not what we have now. That's what we need now, though. We need less of this. I don't understand the concept of a man saying he don't need a woman, and I don't understand the concept of a woman saying that they don't need a man. But I promise you, you're going to have more women say that they don't need a man than you're going to have men say that they don't need a woman. And we could go percentage-wise, because you're going to say that there's more women than men on the planet. And I'm like, okay, let's go percentage-wise. So with all that being said, I want to say this. God says, so God says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. He didn't say he who's in a relationship with a woman. He didn't say he who's, having sex. He didn't say that. He said he who finds a wife finds a good thing. We have a whole generation of women that shame other women for being wife material. You know what? I'd rather have that woman that you're shaming than have that woman that thinks that being a wife, there's something wrong with it. I'd rather have the woman you shaming all day, every day. Independent of, how she looks. If both of the women look... if both of the women look similar. If not, then I just prefer to have nothing. So we could be clear. I really prefer to have nothing than to have somebody who's going to make my life harder. My life's hard enough. I don't need that. If you're with a woman and she's not trying to be your wife and you're also not trying to make her your wife, then you're wasting your time. You're wasting God's time. And you're wasting her time. And that's my perspective. So yeah, if you don't see me with someone, it's because I'm not dating to have sex. I'm really only interested in meeting someone because it could be something that we're doing something real in life. And that's all I'm interested in. I'm not interested in none of the other stuff. I mean, obviously, things is going to happen. We adults, but that's what I'm interested in. I'm not interested in none of the other stuff. I'm not interested in the hood, the booty popper. I'm not interested in the BBLs. I'm not interested in the big boobs. I'm not interested in none of that. I'm interested in the wife. That's what I'm interested in. That's what I respond to. For the things that you want in this world and that you want God to give you in this world, you have to be focused. Satan is going to come and he's going to try to get you to look at that when you should be looking at that. God is going to say, look over there. He's going to make the thing over there the thing that you need. But Satan is going to make the thing over there look more attractive. Probably not aesthetically more pleasing to the eye, but he's going to make it look like that's the viable option, not the thing that God wants you to do. And what God is going to do is he's just going to say, look, all you got to do is walk this way. I already got the wheel. You in the passenger seat. All you got to do is not jump out the car. That's it. God loves us and he wants us to prosper. I don't know no other way to put that. So be patient with our women. There's a whole generation of women that don't know how it is to sit around and say positive things about the men in their lives. So be patient. You know. Be patient. That was a thing when I was growing up. Like, they would literally just sit around, and sometimes they just be bullshitting and lying, but they would literally just sit around and just big they man up to their friends and to their family. I don't know when this shit started, when y'all just all hate men. I don't know when this started. Like, I don't know where this came from. Like, I'm completely confused about it. I promise you I am. I promise you I am. I didn't know it was this bad until, I guess, social media, the proliferation of social media. I mean, yeah, we got a couple of chicks on the thing saying weird shit, but then you look in the comment section and it's like hundreds, sometimes thousands of just, what in the hell? And of all nationalities, just so we can be clear, I'm not speaking about no nationality in particular. I just think in our communities, it's worse. We got to learn to love one another. We got to... Y'all bully niggas for doing the right thing. I think that's the worst. I think that's like the worst. I think that's one of the main reasons why our kids is where they're at. Because if you're in the community and you're doing the right thing, people really don't like you. But if you're in the community and you're breaking all the crimes and you're doing all this shit and you're getting locked up every now and then, you got to go away every couple of months or every couple of years and you come back home, you're a hero. But if you're in the community and you're trying to do something to uplift the people, then you're a victim. You're somebody that the hood wants to victimize and treat badly. So, not trying to harp on that. I'm just saying, I think that the conversation that she's having and that conversation that I just had, I think they're similar conversations. That we need to figure out how to stop eating from the wrong table. You got to figure it out. Me, myself, I just get up and walk away, but I get it. Some people just don't know. Some people that they not comfortable starving. You know what? I got principles. I'm going to stand on them. That's going to make you think I'm crazy. I get it. Whenever anybody stands on principles that disagrees with the collective, people assume that there's something wrong with that person up here. But what if I told you that the collective really don't agree with the shit that is being purported that they do agree with? What if I tell you that's just a really small percentage of people, but they've done quieted all the mouths of the people that have actual information on the situation? All of those people, their mouths is quiet. You can't talk about the facts because the facts is going to hurt other people's feelings. Bing Bang says people don't like change. Hell, I don't like change. Just being honest with you. I don't think it's necessarily about change. Explain that position if you don't mind. I'd appreciate it. Maybe I don't understand what you're saying also. We might be agreeing is the point in which I'm making. But yeah, I don't like change. I don't think this is about change. We change to this negative way. So people don't really have that much of a problem with change in this capacity, right? Because it was different previously and it changed to this. Right? I don't think this has to deal with change as much as it has to deal with pride and people not wanting to admit that they were wrong. Let's change the conversation slightly so I could bring up a point. So, you know why I keep telling y'all 7-8 months after Trump gets into office, just pay attention. I keep bringing this up and I keep mentioning this for a reason. It's because things are going to improve so drastically and so quickly that the people that are trying to say that all the things that y'all gonna look so bad you're just going to look so bad. And I'm pretty sure y'all all going to double down. You're not going to admit you were wrong. I get it. Bing Bang says, when you try to do positive, they look at it as a negative because they don't want to change things around them. I'm going to agree with that. That's a perspective that I agree with. That's what I told you. I probably agree with you. No, that I agree with. But I still am going to stick to the position of they changed to this negative way in the first place. So that was change that they did agree with. So I think that it's a little bit deeper than just people don't like change. Although I do agree with you that people don't like change. I think that you have a valid position, a valid point. I just think that it could be extrapolated out a little bit more and articulated to a point which can actually bring in different aspects of the conversation. That's all. But no, people don't like change. But we changed to this way. I remember growing up, and almost every man that I knew, like in the hood or on the block or walked around, worked hard labor. Niggas was going to work every day, 10 hours, and coming home. Hard labor. And when I went to go visit my cousins that lived on Hennessy Place off of West Burnside, very rough neighborhood. you know. That's right next to CRT, River Park Towers. RPT, River Park Towers. So let's get back to the conversation. What happened? People don't like change. I agree. But we changed to this. So we have to figure out a way to change back. That's basically the only position I'm trying to give. Because I do remember when, at least in the Bronx, in the summer, when you walk down the block, like every street had some man doing some hard labor working on it. Niggas didn't even have like professional, real niggas was just hustlers, fixing cars or whatnot. And every street was like this, damn near. You know, when you went to certain neighborhoods. I'm mentioning that neighborhood specifically because that's a neighborhood where this was something that was prevalent. We don't even have that no more. I think that we just don't have an appreciation for each other enough. And I think that this is just the way that I feel, maybe because I'm a male. I think the appreciation for the male is just a lot lower than the appreciation for the woman. But I think that that's just engineered. I think we're socially engineered that way. I think that's what's promoted in the colleges. I think that that's what's promoted on television. I think that that's what's promoted by our political party, the Democrats. I think that that's what's promoted by Hollywood in the movies and the cinemas. I think it's just a promotion of destroy the patriarchy, up with the matriarchy. So God is, that's why they don't want you to give God a gender. Because they want to say, God could be anything. How do you know what God is? You never saw him. Well, he made his son in his image, and his son had a penis. So, I'm just saying. That's why when people be like, we don't know what God was, I'm looking at them like, when they be like, God's a woman, I'm looking at them like, made Jesus in his image. Jesus has a penis, right? That's what he had as far as we know. So, yeah, God's a dude. And I'm going to also assume that we've seen God since Jesus was made in his image. So I would assume that they look similar. Just saying. You know, if we're going to go off the actual words. Anyway, what time we got? We got 10:30. We've been live. How long this show been going on? About an hour and a half. Really? Last time I checked, it was only like 15 minutes ago? That shit felt like it was like an hour ago. Sheesh. Anyway, anything else y'all want to discuss? We haven't talked about this Jay-Z whole stuff, right? I had some stuff that was up there for y'all. I accidentally closed the feed. So we'll just look on the internet and see what has been recently released about Jay-Z and what's the dude name? The lawyer name? Tony Busby, right? Busby. Why his name sound like he a freaking whole villain off of a TV show? It do though. Sister Tells was talking about some stuff. They just lost something in court going against Busby. Judge sides with Tony Busby, slams combative motion by Jay-Z's lawyer. That's Tony Busby. Oh, he looks pissed. The guy next to him looks even more pissed. Houston-based trial lawyer Tony Busby received a small win in his ongoing legal battle with the rapper and businessman Jay-Z. On Thursday, Judge Analisa Torres ruled that Busby's client, an unnamed Houston resident, was claiming she was raped by music moguls Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs may remain anonymous. So, real quick, do you remember when I was having this conversation with y'all previously, and I tried to talk to y'all about that there was a different lady that had been, this when the other lady came out, and I was like, the reason why she came out was 9 times out of 10, you know, this is just an opinion, just so we could be clear, but the reason why she just came out 9 times out of 10 was because freaking because of this motion that they made right here against this lady, trying to make this lady release her name and not be anonymous. So apparently they lost in this ruling. But this ruling right here is why I believe that one lady came out and was like, they gripped me, and she was like a minor at the time. I'm gonna tell you so. Okay, I gotta have the conversation right now. It's right in the middle, but this is the only way to segue to it. I'm not gonna be able to segue to it later. So when I was a kid, there was this chick that lived in the neighborhood. I'm gonna tell you her name because I'm assuming I'm saying all positive things, just so we can be clear. This is, if I say anything that's not positive, it's an accident. But anyway, her name was Diani. So when I first moved to Concourse Village, I was about 14, 15 years old. There was this girl named Diani. She had liked me. She had been running around and chasing after me for a dumb long time. And I was just avoiding her like hell because she looked like she was 12. We were the same age. I'm 15 years old, 14, 15 years old. She looked like she was like 11, 12. She looked like really, really young. So she was chasing after me for a while. She thought it was cute. It was fun. I'm going to be honest with you. So eventually, this is just how I get girlfriends. So eventually now I'm her man, right? Because I don't know. I don't know. I don't explain it. I don't know. Anyway, so, she was acting like my girlfriend. So she just, I don't know, explain it. So then apparently she just became my girlfriend. Anyway, in any regard, do you not know that when this young lady turned 18, she still looked like she was like 14, 15 years old. So when I hear somebody say, how are you attracted to a little girl or something like that, I also take into consideration, I know grown women in their damn 20s that look like they like 15 or 16 years old. How in the hell do they meet anybody without, being persecuted? Is this just, like, what is this about? Like, is this just women keeping women single? So I just wanted to say that because I didn't think, because shout out to Diani, super cute, super cute, little cute girl, and so so she really liked me too. Everybody knew, but I didn't know. I promise you, my life is way more entertaining than I want it to be. I promise you. Super cute girl. I dated her for quite some time. I really liked her, and she was nice. And her mom's was cool, kinda. I think that's the first like mother. That was, she might be like, she wasn't my first girlfriend, but she was my first girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, on Thursday, Judge Annalisa Torres rules that Busby's client, an unnamed Houston resident who was claiming that she was raped by music moguls Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs, may remain anonymous. This ruling followed two motions filed by Jay-Z's attorney Alex Shapiro, calling for the plaintiff's identity to be divulged and the outright dismissal of her complaint. Torres denied both requests. In her rulings, Torres wrote, "The court will not fast-track the judicial process merely because counsel demands it. We don't work for you, counsel." That's what I'm assuming she said. I hope she said it just like that. The suit filed in the Southern District in New York in October initially did not name Jay-Z as a defendant in the case. Early in December, Roc Nation, an entertainment company founded by Jay-Z, and posted a statement claiming that Busby approached the company requesting a statement in lieu of filing formal litigation against the rapper. In early December, Roc Nation, an entertainment company founded by Jay-Z, posted a statement claiming Busby approached the company requesting a settlement in lieu of filing litigation against the rapper. Busby then filed an amended order adding Jay-Z as a defendant. Spiro responded in kind, calling the decision to add Jay-Z to the suit extortion by Busby. In Thursday ruling, Torres stated that Spiro's litany of letters and motions attempting to impugn the character of Busby were unlikely to benefit Shapiro's client. So you mean to tell me when you disagree with somebody, so all you do is just spew hate, intelligent people don't respond to that? So intelligent people don't respond to, you can't beat somebody in a debate, so you just start assassinating their character with lies. Intelligent people don't respond to that. Copy. Carter's lawyers' relentless filing of a combative motion containing inflammatory language and an ad hominem attacks is inappropriate. Let's look this up one more time so everybody can remember what that is, because I 100% forgot. As soon as I see it, I'm going to remember. I hate when that happens, but I love it at the same time. Directed against a person rather than the position that they are maintaining. Isn't this the thing that I just explained? When people direct the argument, when an argument is directed at a person rather than the position they are maintaining. Isn't that what I just explained? Like right before ad hominem? So
ad hominem.
Ad hominem?
Ad hominem.
So I'd literally be in here not just explaining the Bible by accident, but also telling you exactly what legal things are before I even shout out to this shit. Carter's lawyers' relentless filing of combative motions containing inflammatory language and ad hominem attacks is inappropriate, a waste of judicial resources, an attack that is unlikely to benefit his client, she wrote. Spiro has said Busby is using the ongoing litigation to self-promote and exploit the legal process to generate media attention. According to the Houston Chronicle, Busby declined to comment on Thursday's order, which is extremely funny because if they were trying to use this as an attempt to be able to get the media to, do whatever, then him responding would actually be beneficial to him, and him not responding would not be beneficial to the thing that he's being accused of. Anyway, last week, Busby filed a lawsuit in Harris County District Court against members of Jay-Z and Roc Nation's legal team. The lawsuit accuses his attorney representing the rapper and businessman of illegally seeking out current and former clients to sue him. In October, the Houston-based trial lawyer initially announced that he would be representing more than 100 victims of alleged SA in legal efforts against Combs, who has been federally indicted for SA trafficking. So, just so we could be clear, he has over 100 victims. How many of those victims do you think are going to name other individuals besides Sean Diddy Combs that can also be held legally responsible and civilly responsible for their actions? That's the curious point. Anyway, just going public, Busby and the attorneys representing Jay-Z have been locked in a legal stalemate with back and forth lawsuits launched at the opposing counsels. Okay. That's what's going on over there. He's losing in court. They have no legal position, so he's just making different statements to the court. Where did I show y'all everything? I didn't think I finished that. Oh shit, I closed it. So he doesn't have any legal position. They don't have any legal positions. So all they're doing is just trying to debase his character, disgrace his, talking negative about his character, degrade his character, debase his character. Sounds like what be happening to me. Huh. So people don't have actual arguments against me, so all they do is bring up lies to tell you that you should hate me. Interesting. We got 10:35. We going on a I don't know. I'm gonna send y'all to a commercial break. Be right back.
So if you are a student between the 8th grade and 10th, 11th, you should be thinking about your future, right? Let me be completely honest with you. Application process, competition level, and all the things that you need to fill out is absolutely brutal. Listen, I understand you're freaking out if you're looking at all the application stuff. I'm here for you. First, you don't want to disappoint your parent. Second, you want to be at the top when they're compared to your friends because they are your competition. 3, the most important one, how are you even going to afford this? Are you going to be able to afford the loans? Are your parents going to be able to afford it? Are you going to get it done? And finally, to me, the most important, what is it you're going to do in college? You want to be able to go there and actually enjoy your future. So is it really going to be worth it? Absolutely. Hi, my name is Gregory Andres, and I am a college coach, college advisor, and an educator. Over the last 10 years, I've had hundreds of students just like you get into prestigious universities like Cornell, NYU, Columbia, and Harvard. Comment education below to get a free checklist from me so it can be an easier process for you to where you want to be.
Somebody is mad at you right now because you chose peace over drama and distance over disrespect.
My mama always told me I could be whatever I wanted, so I became a problem.
Coincidentally, that's my favorite poster I've ever done. Hold on, let me show y'all right now. This is my favorite poster I've ever done. That one right there that you see up on the screen, like this photo shoot that Shorty did, that's my favorite poster I've ever done. Hold on, let me show you. Because I just want to show you this.
My mama always told me I could be whatever I wanted.
That's my favorite poster I've ever done. What the fuck? Oh, I was playing. Yeah, that's my favorite poster I've ever done. Bar none. Favorite poster I've ever done. We got to get back to that. I like creating that content. We got to get back to that. As soon as Adobe back up, we got to get back to that. I love creating that content. We might post some of that content on the page today. We got to get out a lot of posts today. We got to get our posts back up. We ran into some issues before with YouTube. It's fixed. Everything's fine. And so I got to get our content back up. Everything's cool. I never know what my Anything else y'all guys want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I'm here. I'm not doing nothing. I want to look at something real quick. I'm a little antsy. You know, I love my little city, my little town. Shout out to those guys who've been playing Battlefront with them since 2007. The dudes that you see me playing Battlefront with, that's those guys. Trump endorses Mike Johnson for House Speaker. Okay. Anything else you guys want to talk about, put it in the chat. Because I'm about to end the live. Hold on, check this out. I want to show y'all something. Because I've been showing y'all my city, so I want to show y'all. All right, check this out. I want to show y'all something. That's all. I'm still trying to fix this over here real quick. Just give me 2 seconds, y'all. I know I love this shit. So I've been trying to fix this area over here. I freaking, I don't know if I did this the other day. A couple of days ago, I made this wider. And then I added a couple of more off ramps because I figured I needed more off ramps. And then I added another off ramp over here. The reason being is because this 2 streets are the only 2 streets between this city right here, between this side of the city and that side of the city. So what was happening was the buses, the traffic that's trying to get to this side of the city over there, they got to use that one street. That's this street. That's every street over here, right? So when they're getting used to be getting off over here, they'd be backed up over here. If you remember, they was always backed up over there. So by me opening up those and opening up those, yeah, they could get over here. But the problem was them getting through over there. So now since I'm opening up this one over here, I just put this, that's new. I think that I'm going to be able to alleviate some of the traffic. So now the congestion is moving down over here. So I'm not sure what we're going to do over here. I'm thinking I'll make another off ramp over here somewhere and try to put it over here. It's probably going to be too steep. So I'm probably going to try to push it right here and then like try to get it down into there. I don't know. We'll see. Might need another off ramp though. Oh, and this is another thing I want to show y'all. This is dope. Remember the other day I told you I need to figure out the subway. We got to get rid of those buildings. Check this out. So now I got subways. Wait. Sheesh. Let me get rid of the buses real quick. So I'm going to get rid of all the bus routes real quick. So they're not on the screen. Right, boom, no more bus routes, right? Boom. So these are only the train routes. So these are the subway routes that I got going through the city now. Now we got subway. $399 passengers last week. Let's go. $69 passengers last week. Let's go. Zero passengers. Who's got a subway line? Let me check. Nope. Fuck, that's the bus. Hold on, give me 1 second. There we go. There's no subway line here, and this is the stadium, so we need a subway line there, right? This is the like Grand Central Station. This is the main biggest station. So I was trying to figure out how to get them over there. And this is going to sheesh. You see, it should have been okay. You see how it's coming in through this way? See, that's I don't want to do that. See how it's coming in that way? See, I don't want to do that. Because I want to get it over here. So, alright, we're just going to have to go straight over there. It's just going to be like a super express or something. Fix that. Good. Boom. No. See how it came all the way like that? Nah, we're not doing that. These ain't connected, right? Those ain't connected. I gotta connect those. Okay. Here's the last stop. I was at this one. Boom. Where the heck is it? There. All right. Boom. 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 I don't even know if I can get back over there if I go the other way, so we're gonna go back this way. What in the heck? Okay. Okay. Hold on. This one. There's garbage piling up. If I got all of these garbage land sites, the heck you mean garbage is piling? Sheesh. Almost got 100,000 people in my city. I built this place, this area well. I don't usually have to destroy anything over here, so that's good. As you can see, I got the elevated train tracks also. I got the subway tracks, running them through fucking. I gotta build this area up soon. And we gotta build the infrastructure first. This is a passenger train station. I don't even think it's supposed to be there because this train is it for passengers? I guess I'll connect some passengers somewhere. I'll put some more passenger jump offs on it somewhere. But this is actually for freight. So I got the wrong one over here. I guess I'll just switch it out. I could just put a cargo. I could just switch it out and put the other one. Let's just switch it out. You know what? I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave that for the time being. I can use those same tracks for two different things, right? Let me leave that for the time being. Anyway. Alright. I'm about to let y'all go. I don't know if y'all care to even look at this bullshit. See, I'm trying to solve. Remember, I have this problem with they can't get goods around the city. So that's why I put these things up all over the place. So that I can help transport goods around the city. Now, there's a couple of other things I could do also. Like I said, it's just about solving problems and stuff like that. It's kind of dope. And then some of the times you solve a problem, but you gotta wait like a dumb long time to actually see the benefits of it, because so many things have to happen in order for the problem to get solved. Because it's, you know, it just becomes you know, you did all you could do. It's just a matter of time. Shout out to Deani though, she was man cool. She ended up working for Spike Lee apparently also, by the way. Like, it's crazy because the people that be next to me, like, always, like, the people that, I ain't gonna lie, I want to say a thing, but I don't want to say a thing because it's gonna be so self-serving. I'm gonna say it even though I know it's self-serving. The people like that be doing me well in my life, like, I'm not gonna lie, God be showing up for their ass. Yeah, she used to work for Spike Lee. I forgot what her moms used to do, but her moms used to be like in the music industry or some shit like that, or in the film industry, something. Her moms was like in the industry or some shit. She probably somewhere doing something dope. It was her, and she had this other friend named Shamise that was like two little cuties that used to run around. I dated both of them, by the way. And they were both just really nice. Like, these was not street girls. Like, these was like, their parents don't let them go outside girls. Let's be honest with you. It was like, these was the parents don't let them go outside girls. Those are the girls I get along with. Them girls that just hang out in the street. Shout out to y'all, no disrespect intended, but I just don't think that I was made for y'all. Y'all cool. A lot of y'all is like my homegirls. Don't get this confused. I got a lot of homegirls that, you know what I'm saying? They exactly what I'm saying, but, you know, not for dating. Yeah, both of them. They was, and I used to date this other kid named Jasmine. She was an other kid. This other chick named Jasmine. Her mother never let her come outside either. She used to live in 800. Shout out to Jasmine. She's a cutie too. Dark skinned girl. Her mother never let her come outside. Most of the chicks I dated growing up was girls that couldn't come outside, man. Bookworms and shit like that. I'm just gonna that doesn't even make sense for there to be a building back there. That don't make sense for that building to be there either, but I'm gonna leave it. And since apparently what is that on the front of the building? Is that a chicken place? That might be a food place. I'm gonna leave that one. Yeah, them girls is bookworms. They couldn't come outside. Their parents was like, you gonna have a future. Shami should have been a model. Real talk. She was tall too. She was about 6 foot when we was like she was not 6 foot. She was at least a good 5'10" when we was like 14, 15 years old. She should have been a model. I don't know what she's doing, but she should have been a model. Not just because of the way she looked, but the way she carried herself. Like, these girls didn't carry themselves like, you know, the way they carried themselves. They good parents, yo. They had parents that was present, you know, was there, active in their life, present. I don't think I dated only one like hood girl. One hood girl as a teenager. As a teenager, I only dated one hood girl. Maybe two. I think you could call her, but I didn't really date her. I was just running interference for my cousin. But I probably only dated one hood girl as a like one. Tamika. Shout out to her. Hope she doing well. That's the only hood girl I think I dated. So I was at a party. Let me tell you how I met her. So we went out to a party on University. It was me, Slick Murder, Al Dogs. I forgot who else was there, but I think Black said he wasn't there. But I think Black was there. I think that it was his. It was Slick Dogs. It was Slick Murder people. So we went out there. It was me, OD. It was me, Mandel, Slick Murder. I think Black was there, Fancy Black, but he keeps saying I don't know if he was there. But anyway, so we go to this party. And it's a house party. You know, it's like a decent number of people there. I only go to these house party to battle rap niggas. I'm just keeping it a stack. Yeah, I just go to these house. I'm the battle rap nigga. So I'm the nigga that when we pull up, I'm doing all the battle rap and I'm killing these niggas. So other niggas rap too. Don't get it confused. Everybody I'm with rap. In any regard. So we at the party and I'm just sitting there and Tamika just came up to me and forced me to take her number, and I'm not even capping. She forced me to take her number. I never called her. She took my number. I took her number. I never called her, not one time. And then one day she just called me up and said she outside with her friend in my neighborhood. And then after that, she'd just pop up at my house. And, you know, I didn't necessarily always want to go hang out with her, but she was really, really cute. And she was really bossy, so. Shout out to Tamika. Hope everything going well with her. She was Puerto Rican. She was really cute. She was really bossy, but she was really cute. I was scared of her. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was 100% scared of that girl. There was no telling what she might do from moment to moment. I might have got stabbed at some point by her. Who knows? That's the only hood girl I dated. Like hood girl I dated. Only one. I don't think I've ever dated a hood girl after her. They don't like me. They think I'm boring and shit. They don't like me. And I don't want to be in a toxic relationship. And what happened with me and Tamika was enough. To be honest with you. That shit was... I was scared. I ain't gonna lie to you. She couldn't beat me or nothing like that. But she would have damn sure... She'd stab a fool. I'd be like, I can't even say, I'm not going to say I never missed her or nothing like that when she wasn't around. Be like, damn, will she come around or something like that? But I could 100% say, whenever I left her presence, I was relieved more often than not. Even though I did enjoy hanging out with her and she was fun. I was scared, fam. I ain't gonna lie. Imagine some crazy chick just pop up at your house and just in the middle of the night, and like you fucking 16 years old. You got this crazy girl that's just popping up at in your neighborhood and in your house. Oh, it's all different times. It's crazy, man. I don't know what's going on. Super cute though, like super cute. Like she's caused problems for somebody. She was definitely cute enough that she caused a lot of problems for somebody. A lot of problems. She was that cute. No, you're gonna date her. You're not gonna not date her. She was that cute. You're gonna hope she changes. That's why I get it when people be like, why didn't you leave him? When they be talking to the chicks and they be like, why didn't you leave him? Like, nah, I get it. You're hoping they change and shit. You hope they get it. You hope they realize and shit. I get it. Alright, I destroyed enough of these buildings. I should now look and see what the people need. I was under pressure. My niggas knew I was under pressure too. Like, so that was like a couple of my niggas knew. Like, oh man. But she was so cute. It's like, what are you gonna do? You kind of stuck. You kind of stuck. You gotta hope she gets her act together. I had thought I got her pregnant at one point too, and I had been hoping I did get her pregnant at that time. That I thought that I thought she was pregnant, but apparently she was just fucking with me to see what I was gonna do about it, and she was actually not pregnant at all. But I thought she was pregnant for a good little while. She was really like, I don't know, like she was fucking with me apparently. She was like, she didn't think I had enough stress in my life or some shit. Now, I was excited though. Like I was like, yeah. I can't take nothing I could do for the baby, but yeah, I was 16 years old and shit. What the fuck I'm gonna do? Ask my parents for help. I'm just gonna look at this city. It's raining. I wish it wasn't raining. It was a clear night. Let's see. She was fun though. She was fun. I'm fun, so it's hard to not like be fun with me unless you just a dick, or unless I just don't like you. Oh, let's see what my team is doing. Let's see our record. Now I put the subway there, and I connected a line, and I think the line I connected goes through the whole city. That white line go through the whole city. Look at my trains. I just put the trains in last week. Look at the use. I mean last week. Yesterday. Look at the use. It's nice use. I just put them in yesterday. And I haven't even put all the lines in. As you can see, some of these stations don't got lines yet. Well, I only got one station over there. When I tear something down over here, I gotta put up another station. Okay. That's the airport. Now I'm oriented. Hey, why is it no? Like, we just bypassed this whole area. You see how that line is actually under that line? Or those tracks or whatever the case is. My fault. I've just realized I wasn't talking. I probably need to kill this live. I am definitely need to get something to eat anyway. I'm hungry. Oh, those are trains. Huh? I wanted to look at the damn trains and see what they was. See the trains? Sheesh, let's go. Now probably the freaking bus routes are lighting up some. What is this? Tunnel. Why is there a tunnel under there connected to nothing? Connected to nothing. Oh shoot. Fucker. Part of my language. Alright, we're just gonna turn around. Sheesh. Just gonna do that. Fuck it. This is retarded. Part of my language. Why does it keep having to double all the way back over there? That don't make sense. Alright, so we're just gonna bring it back to this station and then worry about it later. Go back the way we came. This one is the one I'm making right now. This one. Don't matter. Yeah, where's that one? Alright. Tired of that doing that. I'm reading that way. We need more. Obvious. It's the middle of the night, but at least this bus place always has mad congestion. Not today. We backed up on the highway a little because can't nobody. Only buses could take those 2 routes. Why is this EMS holding up the fucking bus route? Look how the cops is holding the whole block up. Sheesh. A lot of these lines aren't connected, or they don't currently have service running through them. If you're wondering what I'm looking at for, like, yeah, I don't think there's no. Let me check and see if there's service running through here. And like, there might be a train coming through, but it might not be stopping. No, there's service coming through there. 2 trains. A blue train and a purple train. A red train, I believe, and a blue train. I think they both stopped there. At least the blue train stopped there. You see how it's really lit up blue. I think the train is in the station. See how red goes through there, but there's no circle there indicating that there's a stop. But red goes through here. See purple going through there, but there's no dot indicating that is somewhere where it stops. See how there's the dots? Purple goes through there, but it doesn't stop there. By the time y'all see this game again, I'll probably have all of the stations connected and a couple of new stations and a little bit more territory. For everybody that don't know, I'll tell you what I was doing yesterday besides putting up those stations. I put up more of these railroad. Let me, so we get sunlight. I'm just going to let it run into the day the sun comes up. I fashioned more of these subway tracks right here. So the plan is, we're going to build out, obviously. I'm thinking I'm going to make about that much of the area. Maybe a little bit more. We need an area for us to make industrial. I don't know if I'm going to put it here or I'm going to put it here. And if I put it here, I'm just going to make the whole island industrial. The whole island. Like, see right here, one thing that I need to do is I need to drop these right here, right? So I'll show you what I'm saying. I'll do it right now. I need the sun to come up. So, sun coming up? Sun coming up. Alright. So first we need to destroy this. Right, boom. And then we're gonna go. What the fuck? Space already occupied. I hate when they do that. Alright, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna build it from here. Come on. This is the part I hate, trying to get this shit to snap. It's always the I'll be trying to get this shit to snap and be here for 20 minutes sometimes longer. I don't know why it doesn't snap. It says slope too steep, right? So let's back up. So it's just always a snapping issue, by the way. So always a snapping issue. Okay, I think I know what the problem is now. All right. I think I know what the problem is right here. Come on. Mm. I got the right one. Come on. Alright, so this is the easiest way to do it. I hate that this is a thing. Watch this. I'm gonna destroy this track. Destroy this track. Destroy this. This is the easiest way for me to do it. I don't know how anybody else is doing it. Alright. Let's destroy these tracks again. We'll figure out how we're connected on that end in a minute. But let's do this. That bridge looks terrible. We're redoing it. Alright, much better. Sheesh. Now am I gonna connect these rat bastards? Okay, I know what the problem is now. Alright, so delete that. Delete that. New track. I think I know what the problem is. If I can get out of the way. Freak. So I would do the same thing I did on the other side. Okay. I can't because I don't have none of them starting from the ground. Why does these tracks look different? I might have the wrong tracks right here. No, they're the right tracks. Alright. That's too high. This shit is so frustrating. I am not gonna lie. You just saw a video where two dudes got jumped outside, no jumper studio. They end up stripping the guy naked. Yeah, niggas is always doing some gay shit. Yeah, let's embarrass the guy by stripping the guy naked. Niggas is always doing some gay shit. Boom! That shit don't make no sense. It just won't connect and then it will connect. It don't make no sense. I fucked up. I should have already had destroyed this all the way down to the ground like that. Now I have to try to reconnect this bullshit again. I fucked up. It means space occupied. You know what I'm saying? I fucked up. Yeah. Alright, we gotta make sure to get this shit to reconnect. The fuck does it even look like that for? what's happening is it snaps like I'm doing two separate bridges when it should be snapping onto the damn thing so I could continue it. Niggas is always doing some gay shit, man. Stop hanging out with niggas. I don't know what to tell you. You slope too steep. Now watch it snap on here, and it's gonna allow for me to snap on here, and I need it to be on the ground to make the other shit. So let me not even do this shit, because it's gonna piss me off if I get it right again. And I can't use it. Check this shit, don't snap. I hate this shit. Like, what the fuck do it mean? Space is occupied. It's like they treating it like it's two different things, and it's not. It's one. There we go. I think I figured it out. Fucking finally. Don't even know why I did all that. Oh, I remember. Is that the one I wanted? I want one of these, or I want one of them other things. It's one of the two. Oh, I gotta put it next to a road. Why? I'm just gonna leave it. You know what? If that's what it wants us to do, that's what it wants to do. I'm just gonna leave it. What in the heck? I just realized y'all can't see none of the stuff that's on the bottom of the screen. That stuff be important. I'll put my stuff at the top. Right. Okay. Let's do wider streets because cars, trucks. No buses. But I mean, this is the industrial district. We're probably gonna need some hospitals. I don't even know if it's powered out there. Well, no. If somebody buys the property, I guess. I don't think Metro could run on those. All right, I'm just gonna close that down and put the, what was that over there? Hospital or some shit, right? Wait, you said that. So I'm gonna, of course, I don't think they could run on those tracks. Yeah, I think they could run on those tracks. I'm gonna leave those alone for the time being. Figure out a way to make them work. Just realize something. See something? No? It's on the right side. Now we have to this shit too high, maybe. Maybe we need to Shit might be too high for the boats to get to. Wait, why don't I got one of those things? Oh, fuck. Don't tell me I used the wrong one. Cargo train terminal. No, I used the right one. So what's this? Cargo hub. Okay, so I need a cargo hub over there. I put the wrong one. I'm gonna leave it for the time being. See what it do. Anyway, I'm gonna holler at y'all later. I'm just absolutely engulfed in this as always. I wanna know if this powered over here. See if they're gonna have problems with electricity. It look like the electricity is good. Harbor, not sure what harbor I was looking at. What harbor was I looking at? Some in this one. This one get traffic. Only 12% loaded. See, I gotta turn this into a hub because to look at all of this I already got put for. So we're gonna wait for them to build up over here, then we're gonna switch that out. I don't feel like dealing with the train tracks right now. Honest with you. Got a lot of houses. I'm letting a lot of time pass. So there's a lot of houses I gotta go get rid of. And these are all businesses over here because of problems with materials. So I'm trying to solve the materials problem as usual. I solved about 2 other problems because now my guys can get through the city. I solved the, I know how to do subway tracks now. I didn't know how to do subway tracks. So I solved that problem. We got the subway trains running through the city. I need more trains. Look at that. No line, no trains going through none of these lines. See that? Oh. Yeah, they all visible. No trains going through none of these. Look at all these tunnels, no trains. And tunnels, no trains. Tunnels, no trains. Tunnels. That's not tunnel. So I gotta create some new lines. Look at all those tunnels, no trains. Tunnels, no trains. So I gotta create some new lines so we can make sure everybody in the city has access to the public transportation system. These are cab stands, by the way. These are for cabs and shit. So you see I got them all out throughout the city. And I'm trying to make the 2 main hubs I'm trying to make is this one, because this one is right next to the stadium, and this one because this is the bus hub where people go in and out the city. So I'm trying to make those 2. I'm thinking maybe I should have put the stadium over here. Maybe I relocate the stadium and put it over here so I got both in the same place, right? Yeah, look at all these subway tracks, no train service. Look at all these tunnels, no trains. So I gotta fix that. There should be trains at every tunnel. Like they don't have no subway service on this whole side of the city. It's a lot of blocks. No subway service. No subway service. So I gotta fix that. Why in the hell do it keep... Oh, I know why. These are the bus routes. Now you can see all of the public transportation. Those are the bus routes and the train routes. So the city's covered as far as the buses are concerned. Look at all of those subways with no cars going down it. But you can see we got the buses is covering that route though. But we gotta get the subways going. Okay. Yeah, I do gotta switch them. You see how that's orange? It should be yellow. I'm not sure what orange means, but we all know that yellow means in the industry. So I need to, but orange is what? Blue and yellow? So that's industry, and so I guess it do both. You know what? I'm gonna keep them. I'm gonna keep them. Maybe that's how the two businesses connect, right? I'm gonna keep them. Anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go. I need to get a snack or something. Love y'all. Everybody have a beautiful day. Just go out there in the world, do something worth doing. In the future, I think I'm just gonna dead the main live and then just start up another live so we could separate the morning coffee from this right here, because I'm probably gonna be sitting on the game doing stuff like this. It's gonna probably start being a daily, everyday thing before we go to before I have to go to the center. So I appreciate y'all. Everybody have a blessed day out there. Go do something worth doing, and you know, keep God in your heart. You know, do something worth doing and attach the Most High to it. Let everybody know that you came in the name of God. That just came out wrong, but we should always be coming in the name of God. Pun intended. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombs. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you, and that's all I got on this one. I'm out.
Hey! Is the noon train on time?
It's supposed to be.
Feels like it's time.
Fair enough.